All right, here we go. This one's going to be a 40 Smith & Wesson test. Today we have the Winchester Silvertip. This one is 155 grain. That's what this one looks like. Does have a nice wide hollow point cavity on that. And your standard brass case. And that one was rated at 1,205 feet per second. So we do have two different barrel lengths we're going to be trying out of today. We do have our Glock 27 and our Beretta 96 FS. That is a 3.42 inch barrel and a 4.9 inch barrel. We're going to be going through our gel. That is a 10% block. So we do have our jug backstop just in case we get those pass-throughs, and our 4 layers of cotton t-shirt on the front. So like always, we'll set up our chronograph so we can hopefully get those impact velocities. We'll see how this round does. Here we go. First one up will be that short barrel Glock 27. All right, we're stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. So our impact velocity on that was 1173. So it's actually definitely a pretty warm load, especially out of that short barrel. So that's really good to see on that one. It does look like we do have a leaker, so we at least made it through to that first jug. All right, let's see how we did. So we did get a nice shot on that one. And it does look like there is a nice star pattern down in there. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, it looks like we got a nice stretch cavity on that one. Like I said, that one did make it out and into that first jug. We did stop it there in that first jug. So let's get a measurement on this one and see how it did. So let's go from our furthest point. Let's see. It's a little bit wider back here. We are at 2.5 inches, so that's really good to see, especially for that 40. And like I said, man, that's some really good velocity for that short barrel. But check it out. So it looks like as soon as we came in, started opening up really quickly. Got a pretty good stretch on that one. And it looks like it carried through almost all the way. It did start to settle down about the last 3 inches. Did kind of flatline through there. And like I said, we did make it into that first jug. So I did lay it down so it stopped leaking. But looking really good so far. I didn't really think that we were going to get full pass through, because when I tested through the jugs, we usually get some pretty shallow penetration. But so our measurement on this one, just shy 2 3/4 from the side. So it is a little bit more pronounced from the top, but looking really good so far. So what I'll do is I'll set it for that Beretta 96 and see how that one does. All right, we're stepping back to 15 feet. This one is the Beretta. All right, let's see how we did on that one. Our impact velocity on that was 1,275 feet per second. So definitely another spicy one. Looks like we got a pretty good leaker, so definitely made it through. But man, that's some pretty good velocity for that one. Probably one of the hottest 40 rounds I've tested so far, so very good to see. And like I said, that one is rated at 1,205 feet per second, so definitely exceeded our velocity. All right, let's see how we did. So it looks like we got a really good shot on that one too. Nice wide entry hole, and looks like a pretty good star pattern so far. And from the top, check that out. Looks like we got some major damage in that block. Looks like it carried through just about the same as that short barrel. Did kind of flatline there towards the end, but quite a big stretch there at that initial impact. And I don't know if you could tell from this angle, but it definitely looks like it started to open up a little bit quicker too. So let's see what kind of measurement we have from the top. We are at 2 3/4 inches. I believe this one, let's see, I guess it was about the same. So really good to see a nice huge stretch cavity on that. So let's check it out from the side. And same thing, man, that's a lot of damage. So it looks like as soon as it came in on this one, opened up really nice, basically just blew up in there. Really big stretch on that one, and like I said, it did kind of settle down that last, looks like about just shy of probably 2¼ inches. Did start to flatline a little bit, but man, that initial impact is huge. Really good damage on that. So let's see if we can get a measurement from here. And from the very top, yeah, right at 2¾ inches. So really big stretch cavity. At the end, whenever I do our cross section and stuff, I will get an official measurement, because we can usually tell a little bit more once I cut it open. We can at least get a more accurate measurement. And we did make it into that first jug, but excuse me, it did not come out. So once again, not too much of a penetrator, but still really good. And just by looking at it, or from previous tests that I've done, I never really cared too much for the Silvertip, but so far so good, especially in that 40. So got some pretty good velocities. So we're gonna check this out one more time from the top, then we'll pull those rounds and show them. So the one on the right is that Glock 27, the one on the left is that Beretta 96. Looking really good. They're almost identical towards the end, and then they did start to flatline. So here is that 27. Came in really nicely, about 1/4 inch in, started opening up. Nice wide stretch. Good spiral pattern in there, and you can see that flat line. But quite a bit of damage. And that Beretta, this one did open up a little bit quicker. Got a really huge stretch cavity on that one. A lot of cutting and stuff in there. And we do have that flat line towards the end, and they both made it into that first jug. So now we're going to pull those rounds and see what they look like. All right, check these things out. They both did awesome. Got some major expansion on both of them. And they actually held together too. Like I said, I have tested these in the jugs quite a few times, but they usually come apart. They usually shed that jacket, so it's good to see them actually hold together. So here is that short barrel Glock 27. And got some really good mushrooming and expansion on that. Basically picture perfect. Peel those pedals right back, almost to the end of that round. Just looking really good on that. Awesome that it actually stayed together, especially for those higher velocities. And here is that Beretta. Same thing, huge expansion on that one. Peel these ones back really nice. And this one did have a little bit more velocity on it, so it did get those pedals and peel them right over the base. But man, that is awesome that they actually held together, because normally they do come apart. So I definitely wouldn't hesitate to carry this stuff. Wasn't expecting it to do so well, but they both performed really nice. So here they are from the bottom. You can definitely tell the difference. One on the right 27, one on the left Beretta. But major expansion for both of them. So there we go. That was Glock 27 versus Beretta 96 FS. Winchester Silvertip. All right, here's that cross section for that 27. So that thing did quite a bit of damage coming in. Nice big star pattern in there. Same on this side. I did remeasure these ones, and these were right at 2½ inches. So I don't remember what I said at the beginning, but pretty big splits throughout there. You can see that nice kind of snowflake star pattern down in there. So let's cut it open. All right, and here's after being cut. This bottom one is the right side. This top one is the left side. So this one looks like we did get a good cut on this one. You can see as soon as it came in, really quickly opened up, probably less than 1/4 inch. And we got some really deep cuts down in there. Did drag in a little bit of that cotton t-shirt, but some super nasty cuts, and they are really deep. So that round did do quite a bit of damage. It was moving pretty good for that short barrel too. I believe a little over 1170 feet per second. So really good. Same on this side. Came in, opened up. Nice wide stretch cavity throughout this little chunk. Same thing, really nasty cuts. More cotton t-shirt. Yeah, look at that. I'm not sure if it's coming across on the camera, but that is some nasty stuff right there. So that is very good to see. It was definitely doing some damage. So there we go. There was that Glock 27. All right, and here's that cross section for that Beretta. This one did a little bit more damage than that short barrel. Really, really big, wide, nasty cuts going on in there. And I did remeasure this one also. This one was right at 3 inches at its widest point. So that was definitely some nasty stuff right there. That one was moving too. That one was going, I believe, over 1,270 feet per second. So about 100 feet per second more. So ton of damage. So let's cut it open. All right, and here's after being cut open. This bottom one is the right side, this top one is the left side. And it looks like we got some pretty good cuts on this one also. So you can see as soon as it came in, just like the last one, probably less than 1/4 inch, really started opening up. Look how nasty it jumbled this gel up. Very, very deep cuts down in there and a huge stretch cavity throughout this whole thing. But man, that thing really did some damage on this gel. It's kind of hard to come across on camera, but yeah, it's really messed up. Very, very deep cuts. Can't really peel that stuff up too much, but yeah, it's way down in there. Same thing on this top section. You can see where it came in and kind of opened up. Nice stretch cavity. And it looks like this side has quite a bit more fabric down in there. And some really deep cuts. So I'm pretty impressed with that round. I have tested it quite a few times in the water jugs, like I said, and it does good, but it usually comes apart. We usually get a jacket core separation, so it's cool to see that both of those rounds actually held together at the velocities that they were moving in this gel. All right, here's a little bit different of an angle so you can kind of see what's going on, but pretty nasty stuff right there. So there we go. That was Winchester Silvertip 155 grain.